Look pretty for the ladies.
I don't like me.
Alert. Self-destruction imminent. Please proceed to the escape pod. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Escape Pod, the
Video reviews.
Yeah!
We don't have a name for it yet.
This is our review of Elysium.
Actually, this is the first review that we've done on time.
And with all three of us.
Let us know who gets cut.
From director, what's his name? Blumkin?
Neil Blomkamp.
Neil
I think it's
Blomkamp.
Neil Blomkamp, yes. You know him as the guy who did District 9. You know, that really fucking cool movie with the fishy shrimp aliens?
That's how I know him.
So yeah, this movie could also be called District 9-2. I like to blow people up. Alright, so set up for this movie, it's like the year 2154. Earth is overpopulated and polluted. The rich people have fled the planet to Deep Space Nine.
You mean the Citadel?
Yeah. I mean Elysium. So it's this massive space station where the rich people live. Houses, beautiful lawns, beautiful people, beautiful pools. It's
lots of hand motion.
The rest of us, and by rest of us I mean brown people, all live on Earth, where we meet Matt Damon, the only white man on Earth.
Matt Damon, yeah, he was
terrible future.
He was a car booster for a while, went to jail, came back, and now he's trying to be a respectful citizen of this futuristic dystopia. In the future, everyone breeds with Mexicans, and they all are just brown.
It's
not a green eye in the house.
It's like that episode of South Park where the people from the future came back and they're just like this indiscriminate mulatto shit, no hair, everyone speaks this except this language in the movie is Spanish. So he works for a company that makes these security droids. It's sort of like iRobot, where there's robots are used a lot. They're the cops. They're the everything. He meets his childhood friend, this girl that he kind of like. They're friends from childhood. She left, became a nurse, doctor, or something like that. Her kid has cancer, and in Elysium, every house has this bed. You lie in it, and it'll just fucking heal you. Jodie Foster is the bad guy. She's like the
twat. She's head twat.
I don't know if that's her official title, but
it should be.
She's in charge of keeping the Browns out of Elysium. Very heavy on the social commentary in this movie, but also, you know, that's what he's known for. Same thing with District 9. So yeah, she's pretty ruthless in keeping them there and us here.
You wouldn't make it because you're kind of brown.
Yeah, you're brown. You wouldn't make it.
Only when it's convenient.
Your first cut.
We should really splash spoiler before we get too deeply.
Spoiler!
Woo, woo, woo. She's essentially staged a coup with the head of the company that makes all the robots.
She blows up pretty much a bunch of shuttles of these people who try to sort of, what would you put, hijack or?
They're
trying to get to the machine.
Trying to get in.
They're just trying to get to the machine.
Matt Damon gets a lethal dose of radiation, and he only has 5 days to live. And this motherfucker does not want to die. He needs a trip up to Elysium to cure his cancer. So he takes on a job. The dude says, "You do this job for me. You steal some information from this dude's mind that I can use, and then you can go up there. You bring your buddy, whatever you want to do. It's all good." He agrees, and they graft this fucking Terminator exoskeleton on him.
Nobody had a problem with him drilling things into his head.
You know, before it's like, they're just like putting a hubcap back on his head, but...
So they give him the job, he goes, and it's his former boss. He decides to hijack that information, and that guy, the guy who's going to play Shredder in the new movie of Ninja Turtles, he's actually vying for a contract up with Elysium. So he has all of the codes and restart programs for Elysium, and they stumble upon this, and now everyone wants to kill him.
It's like sleeper agents, like operatives on the ground on Earth, and
mercenary.
It's cool. It's the main character from District 9, but he's fucking jacked as shit and psychotic. When I first showed him, I'm like, oh man, I'm like, this is the bad guy? He's gonna suck. He was fucking awesome. I love that dude as the bad guy. I don't remember that dude's name, but he was fucking awesome. But then, you know, not only does this dude use guns, but he also he walks around with this like little it's like a Shanto blade. He likes to kill you nice and personally with a fucking sword. Everyone was pretty good, right? The only one that I think who overacted the most was Spider, the The black
He
market guy.
He gets away with it though because he's Mexican.
The person I think they should have made Spider was the actual guy who was drilling the holes into him for the suit, who had the tattoos all over his face.
Yeah, like a
He's
tattoo beard.
Bring on the bone saw!
I like his way of establishing the universe. He doesn't really tell you much about it. Just the basics of what you need, and then the rest is there.
This guy's art direction is what pushes this movie. I mean, he took everything that's great from sci-fi and just smushed it all into this original sort of idea that's not quite original. But I mean, how original can you get these?
The guy is still, I think, a pretty visionary director, writer. Like, honestly, the only thing I have to complain about this movie was the fight scenes. Way too shaky cam. It's just like, this is all you see, this point of view. The fight scenes were just too tight, too dark, too fast. You can't see what's going on. And then all of a sudden you get like a pull-out establishing shot of them like getting up. This future, at least on Earth, might be kind of shitty, but it's not clunky. The security droids and all the robots were awesome. Like at first, like you see them and they look like they're gonna be clunky robots, but they move like with like SWAT team like efficiency.
If you just put an eye in the middle of them and gave them a longer head, they look exactly like the Geth from Mass Effect.
This dude loves his explodiness.
Oh man.
Was there even a gun that didn't make you explode?
No.
Even a ninja star. There was an exploding ninja star. The handguns and ninja stars did a better job of blowing people to bits than the grenade.
I do have bad. I've been thinking about it a little bit more. The bad of this movie, it was, like I said, it was a little bit slow for the most part. A lot of the fat could have been trimmed down to a little bit of a shorter movie. I didn't really entirely believe Matt Damon's reason for wanting to live so bad. He's like a convicted felon. The only reason why he wanted to live was because he wanted to live. There was no real reason for him to want to live, or at least for me to want him to live going forward. He was just like, I just want to live. That's it.
Yeah, it's not like he's waiting for like the newest Batman movie to come out.
So the one motivation that he had for wanting to live was the girl that they show in the very beginning, which you show that they were kids growing up. But they didn't tell you any of her backstory. She has this kid with leukemia that she wants to get to Elysium, but you don't find out where this kid came from, or if it was his kid maybe. I mean, that might have been an actual good motivation. But the major offense, and we kind of already mentioned it, was the shaky cam. This is the most egregious offense of any movie that it's done shaky cam in the past. The Matrix scene where they have the bullet time, and yeah, they did that, but shaky cam. Even the girl next to me goes, too many angles.
Honestly, we're pulling hairs here.
Yeah, it's basically, it's very nitpicky to try and find something bad about this movie. And then we basically covered it. That's it. I mean, for the most part, if you go to this movie, you're going to have a good time.
What would you guys rate it? I would give it a 9 fucks out of 10 fucks. I thought it was that good. I really did. I was completely impressed.
I'm gonna give this 8 fucks for sure. I don't know if I'd buy it. That's a good indicator of whether or not
I'd buy a Blu-ray and I'd watch it.
I'll Netflix it. I'll go with 9.
9?
I was gonna say 9.5, but I'll just go with a steady 9. This dude definitely gave a lot of fucks. There's a lot of detail. You know, it's such a established, well-lived universe that a lot of the times when I watch movies and shit like this, I'm like, why don't they explain that? Why isn't that explained? Why is that there? Here, he just shit everywhere, and I don't need an explanation because I'm like, it just belongs there.
I almost want to say the detail is awesome because of the lack of detail.
I think the reason why that works though is because he never jumps the shark. Go see it.
All right, guys.
Yeah, go see it. We give a lot of fucks.
Bucket of fucks. The owner of Elysium,
She's not the owner, she's the fucking
the runner
Secretary
of
of Defense.
the runner of Elysium, the twat lady. She.
Well, I should go around and grab your computer and give them an example. Just hold it up and just shake the goddamn computer. Like
Yeah, but then I'm not green screening that shit.
I'll give them my rate bias. This right here is just staring.
I forgot where I was. Anyways, he